Well, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Abbey Road in Sandbach. We've come for the rail trail and to see the elephants and the other animals. I'm not kidding. It's this wonderful shop come cafe come adventure park come whatever, and we do have a giraffe. Well, it leads us right next to it, the rail trail. Try saying that without your teeth in. Which is down here. So this is another Cheshire East one similar to the Salt Line. Normally most of it's good quality paths, so if you're in a buggy or wheelchair you're okay. So similar to the Salt Line, a lot of it is shaded path, good path, so it's quite a warm day to start with, or it could rain later, so we don't know. It's nice and shaded if it's a really hot day. Now you might remember when we did Brookwood, if you watch that video, if you haven't, why not, we did mention that you can come across to this and make it a much bigger walk if you want. Mr. Pigeon. So like the Salt Line, it seems to sort of go on forever. Like the Salt Line, there's markers so as you know where you are and tell you something about what you can see. In this case, a missile thrush. One of the first things we come across is the well, advertising boards, but the hundreds of the damn thing. So this is the Sandbach United FC football club, and there's a cricket club I think, and just hundreds and hundreds of these boards. So I don't know if you can actually come in and have a kick about, but when the matches are on. We've got toilets, we've got everything. That's the actual cricket club, the football club stands. Again, like the Salt Line, we will find a lot of seats as you walk, so if you want to rest, you're alright. Depends on the time of year, you can get some nice flowers and things down here. Today not being one of them, but nice and shaded. We seem to be invaded by birds who will no doubt disappear if I try and film them. But there's one took off. I think they're just blackbirds, is it? So there is wildlife to see. little bit further down there's some very posh houses. If you've got a couple of million. We do get horses down here. I'm just trying to see if that's a public footpath that's the gate's open, or is it something else? No, it's private land, so we can't go down there. It's lovely houses, nice gardens. We now come to this very long bridge. Very well constructed, and I'm not quite sure why it's here, because it's like a bridge over nothing. You can see it's all woodland at the side. There's no great river running through it or anything, so why they put this I don't quite know. Well, it is a long bridge. What's the bridge over? God only knows. It really is nice and shady down here if it's a hot summer's day. Today not being one of them. We can see you're sort of in the middle of a woodland, but as a path through it, we do have the normal sort of country activities. You do get plenty of joggers. Not a thing that I'm actually into myself. It's a bit too much like hard work. If you want to jog, come down here. Again, we're keeping with the path still okay if you're in a wheelchair or you've got limited abilities. There's no problems with the path. There is quite a few bridges over the walk, so there's lots of places if you wanted a shorter walk you could get off or get on. We have rubbish bins. The old pigeon seems to be enjoying himself up there. Another big bridge, so there's quite a few of them down here. Remember, that's the railway line overhead. Kids made a sign, pick your dog poo up. There is a little stream that runs all the way along here. I've seen quite a few birds having a bath, and it's quite clear, the water. We come to another sort of strange section. Now there's a path off here which takes you to Wheelock, so you could get on this walk at Wheelock. The bridge is said was railway, it's not, it's at the Wheelock Bridge when I've worked out where I am. Some details of what the Wheelock Rail Trail is. telling you all about it. Brunnermond Works, which is where I used to work in Northwich, Wheelock Station. Salt Works. Little map, so you know where you are. Somewhere on there. There's Sand Works at Wheelock. That's going back a few years, that is. Yeah, it's a bit strange whether this was the original station, because this is sort of like a platform really, isn't it? We've got another seat, plenty of seats, and a very strong old wall behind it. So presumably at one time this would have been a station platform. And there is a sort of another walk off to the left there. It's like a lot of these walks, there's all sorts of things. You can walk straight down or you can go exploring. Well, just come onto that little path, and this does lead you to another path. But there's a very clear sort of woodland walk if you want to go and explore in the woodlands. You can get down without breaking your neck. Obviously if you're disabled you'll be struggling with this, but it is a path that somebody's made. I won't go much further, but if you want to explore and you like your woodlands. I was just talking to a local, and what I said was a platform was indeed the platform. And we do say about getting off piste or whatever, and just past where we were there's this rather steep lot of steps. So let's go explore down here. It's another one of them that a lot of people probably wouldn't. You know, you could walk past it and miss this. And it is quite steep, but the steps are good. Well, we got down the steps and you come to another secret path with a little stream, very clear water stream, and you can go under the bridge, fine old bridge. Go towards the light, my friend. So it's yet another walk. There is a marker here, public footpath. So it's again, you could go down the rail trail and not pick up on this. Some paths wouldn't be suitable, and you won't get down them stairs if you're in a wheelchair, but they're not bad, the paths, for able-bodied people, but certainly not for disabled. If you've got dog, nice little place here for him to go and have a paddle. Nice clear water. They have sort of well defined the path and put stones down. There's plenty to explore here if you've got a dog with you. Quite sloped, so the dog could get in and go and have a paddle. It then leads you out onto an open field and you carry on up that way. It's a nice little diversion. Back at the steps there's a woodland walk there, and the main footpath here so if you wanted to walk further and explore, there's plenty to see, plenty of wildflowers and weeds, whichever you want to call them. Well, this is a lovely spot for the dog. Nice and shallow, so you haven't got to worry about getting water in the ears or anything. And it's just that sound if I shut up. Isn't that a nice peaceful sound? You could sit here and have your butties, cup of coffee, and it's absolutely crystal clear. You can see beautifully. Well, we've come to the end of the trail, but no, we haven't, because you have to cross this busy road, take your life in your hands, and the trail carries on the other side. I thought we would have done something a bit better than on your march, get set, go and run across the road. So it does continue the other side. So the other side, it is quite a long path again. Plenty of dog walkers about. Plenty to see if you're a bit adventurous. I don't know if you can see through the bushes, but there's a little stream there. There's all sorts to see if you're into wildlife. There's always some until you've got a camera. I mean, there's obviously clear paths there, but they're almost vertical, so how anybody gets down, we don't know. But obviously are being used. Again, nice and shaded on a hot day. Wonderful old trees. Again, you could probably, if you were walking quick, miss this. Another path down, almost vertical steps again. So let's go and explore down here. Well, having got down, we find yet another path. And again, that's how many people, towards the light. How many people have never been here, and if they've just walked straight down and not explored this. So it is a public footpath marked, and this will connect to the one we've just seen coming out there. There is moo cows in the field, as long as you're not afraid of moo cows. Beautiful bit of countryside. The path we'd just been down talking to one of the local people that comes along and joins up to the path we're on the canal a bit further down. Well, they do like the bridges around here, so we're going into a secret wood. Now this one, you have to watch out for the tigers. A nice little, unique, not very big, whether you even call it a woodland, but again, nice hot day, nice and cool down here. Lots of nice honeysuckle. We're now virtually at the canal. I think that bit's private, but I'm not sure. Well, it does bring us out at the canal. Little canal cottage here. Right, so it brings us out to the locks and the canal. And this is where that other path joins us. And once again, if you want to walk further, there is this public footpath here which takes you along the canal. So you can walk a lot further if you want along the canal, or you can go over the canal. Nice little spot here, you can watch all cars go past. Nice view of the canal. Now I did say about the tigers, and there's none here this time, but normally we've got is it a donkey over there? I can't quite see. Something there. This little house normally has those donkeys and giraffes we saw earlier on. They've normally got them in the garden with tigers and things, but it looks as though they've removed them, which is a bit of a shame because they were quite nice. But again, if you go on Google Maps, because I've done hundreds of photos on Google Maps, you will see them. Just trying to get a bit closer and see what that actually I had to focus on such a little thing. Looks like a sheep and a donkey or something. Two sets of locks, and they're quite deep, these locks are. It's a lovely little cottage there. There's another little cottage there, and a lovely place to have a house. Still have to do it all by hand. In Northwich there's one there, they've got an electric drill type of thing attached to it, and you just squeeze the button and if you go in some like these staircase locks and you've got to go through about 20 locks, you're a bit knackered every time you get to the end. So a nice walk along the canal. Again, obviously if you wanted, you could follow this canal as far as you wanted. mean, some people want, you know, like a 20-minute walk, others will walk for miles. I'll just step to the right because there's obviously a towpath by the canal, but there's also a little walk here. So we'll just see. I think they'll both end up at the same place actually, just on that bridge. You can see the towpath next to us, and there's another footpathy type of thing through there. Well, the path does eventually join, if you carry on down there, the canal again. But there is a sign here for the rail trail. It's a bit tight with nettles. Well, this should take us back to the bridge and the end of the rail trail. And indeed it does. Come to a big sign. And we're back in the game. So a nice country view here. We're over the canal. We can see for good distance. That's where we've just been with the locks. Someone's obviously feeding the birds along here. We've got some nice flowers. And all we have to do now is head back. More information about the rail trail, more or less the same as what we've seen a bit further down, but we're now heading back to where we started. Well, there is another seat at the beginning or the end from where you are of the trail. It's a bit high up, so if we sit down here we can view all the wonderful countryside. It's a nice spot to stop with your coffee or your beer or whatever it is. Some nice buddleia out. It's a bit strange because there's two colours, so there must be two buddleia there. A white one and a orangey, pinky coloured one. We've even got insects on it. Lots of butterflies if they just stand still while I got a video of them. Well, they're back at the beginning, and again about 10,000 steps, which is 5 miles, but it can of course walk a lot less or more. The elephant house is now open. It wasn't open early this morning, so just have a look at the elephant. Probably can't put that in your backyard, can you? There's no price tag on it. Or you can have the giraffe. Now they did have a lot more at one time. They had rhinos and all sorts of things. So whether they've stopped doing them and just keeping them as ornaments now. There's no giraffe getting his dinner.